over 12, which is an improper fraction, which is 1 and 1/12. That is how you should do it. Let's take a look. Most people know about the place values for ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. But one is kind of middle of the middle, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s to the left. So we want to write 5/8 as a decimal. Yes, you take 5 and divide it by 8. Now look, here's how I would do it. 5 divided by 8. Yeah, of course I'm going to go here. 5 divided by 8. Enter. There's my decimal, 0.625. Well, what if I want to change that back to a fraction? I'll go to math, fraction, enter twice. There it is. Enter, enter. Back to 5/8. I mean, your calculator can do all this stuff for you. Only one problem I think they haven't shown you that I'd like to show you. Right. Write each decimal as a fraction. Well, again, you go to your calculator, 8/10. We'll just knock this out real quick. 8/10. We'll clear this out. We'll put in 8/10. That's 0.8. And we want, that didn't go out right, 0.8. And we want to change that to a fraction. We'll go over here to hit math. And by the way, 8/10 can be reduced to 2/5. So we're going to hit enter twice. And or 4/5, excuse me. So, and then you can check it, go back to math again, enter, enter, and there it is. Oh, let's see, we want to go back the other way. We want decimal. We'll go down, enter, enter. There it is, 8/10. Pretty cool. Calculator does everything. Oh my. Let's see, is there anything else in here? Just note that 8.8 with a line over means it goes on forever. If you want to write it as a fraction, notice that it becomes 8/9. Why? Because we're putting it in the form of tenths. So 10n equals 8.8. We want to get the n by itself, so we take 8.8 divided by 10. Or in this case, they say divide both sides by 9, and you'll get 8/10. Now, how do they do that? Look at step number 2. The rounded second one on the right to just 8, and the other one to 9. Let's see if it explains it better here. Writing through n, we write the second equation by multiplying both sides of the first by 10. So look, if this is n equals 0.8, like right at the first line, you multiply by 10, you get 10n equals 8.8. Because they moved it over. Now, step number 2. Now you have two equations. Subtract the first equation from the second. So you have 10n equals 8.8. You subtract it from the one you originally had, which is the n equals 0.8. That means you're going to get rid of one of the n's. From 10 minus n gives you 9. The 8's cancel out, so you get 9n equals 8. At that point, you divide both of them by 9 to get n by itself. 12 is not hard if you follow the directions. You know what I mean? You took the original equation, n equals 0.8, line over it, multiply both sides by 10 on each side, subtract this one from the other one. 12 you should look at. Same thing as 13 is the same thing. They just tell you now to do it without the little direction or guide. But look, here is the original one, n equals 0.63. That's your second line. The first one is you multiply by, this time you have to multiply by 100, not a 10, because two of them have lines over it. So you get 100, n equals 63.3. You subtract them, you get 99, n equals 63. You get 63 over 99, and that reduces. It gives you 7/11. Let's see if our calculator will do that. 0.63. Let's see what that comes up with. Stop this one. We go to math, enter, and it does. It works beautifully. 63 over 100, but that was because of anyway. Not quite the same. We'll go back and point that out to you. Instead of 63 over 100 is 63 over 99 because the little repetend added a little bit difference to it. So on the test, you might remember how to do this, and I will give you a review if I put one of these on the exam, so don't need to worry, but you should understand it. I think that's it. That's all I want to do for today. See here. Are there any questions of me today? Left? Anybody? Let me roll one more time to see if anybody is here that didn't